Welcome back once more. Let's take a look at what's happening in the world of sport. Dr. Boni Wekesa of the Boni Wekesa Anti-Doping Task Force has said that he is not surprised by the recent allegations by British paper Sunday Times and German broadcaster ARD, where local doctors were accused of engaging in doping practices that involved Kenyan as well as British athletes. Dr. Boni Wekesa chaired the task force that conducted the research and gave recommendations on what the country should do to curb doping.
Dr. Hassan Wario, Sports Cabinet Secretary, reacting to British newspaper Sunday Times and German TV ARD documentary that alleged Kenyan and British athletes were doped by Kenyan local doctors. Dr. Boni Wekesa, who chaired a task force that investigated the reasons behind the rise in doping cases amongst Kenyan sportsmen and women, says he's not surprised at all.
My lack of surprise is informed by the fact that since the last task force report, we've had very many athletes who are charged with offences of doping, bringing forth prescriptions that look fictitious.
The recent developments came just weeks before the Rio Olympics, leading to a lot of questions on the timing of the Sunday Times and their deep findings. Dr. Boni Wekesa on his side says Kenyans need to move away from the notion that the country is being unfairly targeted.
It took us over 50 years to get where we are. So then there's a lot of rot underneath that will equally take a bit of time to really clear.
While presenting findings from the 2013-2014 investigations, the Boni Wekesa task force presented names of persons and chemists that were suspected to engage in doping practices. While speaking to KTN News, Dr. Boni Wekesa chose not to get into the nitty-gritties of the contents of the envelope. He, however, added that the recent arrests on local doctors as well as a foreign coach and manager are just but the beginning of the long cleansing process.
It is probable that some of these foreign managers have had a hand in introducing some very sophisticated doping substances in this country. But then again, they are doing it with the connivance of the local doctors, local pharmacists, not to mention the individual athletes who aspire to become millionaires overnight. So the whole thing is so complicated that I think it's just fair for us to say, where is the problem, who are involved, and we deal with them.
In his parting shot, Dr. Boni Wekesa, who aided in drafting of the Kenya anti-doping law, has urged Kenyan athletes to bear with numerous doping tests being conducted ahead of the Rio Olympic Games.
It is important for them to start on that starting line when the rest of the world believes that they are clean. That way then the rest of the world will have confidence in their winning.
Kenyan and Russian athletes will be subjected to extra doping tests due to the cloud of doping suspicion that hangs over the two countries. Lynn Washira, KTN News.